Shalom, Jonathan here. I was in the area with a group of lovely people from Chicago, and since I'm close to the Gaza border, I thought I'd drive down and give you an update from the ground. I'm standing with my back to what's left of Shuja'iyya and facing the beautiful kibbutz of Kfar Aza, just a few hundred yards from the border where it's relatively safe and allowed to be as an ordinary civilian, but really taking stock of the situation. Behind me is the cemetery, or what remains of it, of Shuja'iyya, where Palestinian terrorists tried to hide the body of slain Israeli hero Ran Gvili, being buried today, almost as we speak. And they tried to hide the body, but Israel was able to piece the puzzle together and eventually send troops in order to identify and bring him back home to burial, thus completing 1 out of 3 tasks. With a lot of American help, Israel has now been able to get all of its live and dead hostages back into Israel. But goals number 1 and 2 of this war, to defeat Hamas militarily and to unseat them from power in Gaza, have not yet been achieved. And what that means, and judging by the way things are going, with no real international stabilization force in sight, and no intention by the international community or by the US to disarm Hamas, what that means is that there will be fighting here again. As long as Hamas exists as a military force, as long as they control the population, as long as they will have weapons, we will have oppression, we will have terror, and eventually war. And I think that is a tremendous shame, especially after the hardship that Israelis and Arabs on the other side have gone through. And I think we deserve better. Sadly, it isn't going into that direction. I would love to be wrong on this assessment, but looking at how things are shaping up on the other side of the border, assessing global and regional politics, it doesn't look very good, but we have to remain optimistic. Thanks for watching. See you next time.